All right, class, we're going to have a quick crash course for your part modeling quiz tomorrow. We're going to hit the key tools: Extrude, Revolve, Sweep, Loft, Press-Pull, Fillets versus Chamfers, and Material versus Appearance. If you understand these, you're going to be in great shape. All right, let's start with the most important tool, Extrude. Key things to know: profiles. That is a closed shape. So if we go into Extrude, we've got our full extrude, and we've also got thin extrude. So if I select my closed profile of this circle, and I bring it out, you can see our normal full extrude. If we go thin, it's just a hollow wall. We'll flip this back to regular. Our operations. So we've got join, cut, intersect, and new body. Join is the typical when you're making something new, sticking it out of an existing shape. New body, we use that a lot whenever we're making new bodies if we want to do something that's a separate color from the rest. And cut obviously goes the other direction, and it allows you to cut holes. So with that, there is extent type. Extent type allows you to change between doing a distance. It's where we type in our numbers. Big call out for distance is if you put in a number, so say we make this 1 inch, or negative 1.3 inches, and then all of a sudden, after we cut it, we decide to make this arm here thicker. The cut is still going to be 1.3 inches, so it may not go all the way through anymore. So if we want to make sure it goes through this arm only, instead of doing distance, we would do to object, and then we can do it from the original circle on the front, click on the back as the to object, and then once we click OK, no matter what, if we made this single arm bigger, it will always cut through this arm. Notice it's not going all the way across and cutting into this far arm. Now if we wanted to cut through everything, click on all, and now no matter how big this part gets or how small it gets, that circle will cut a hole through everything. Even if we make another arm and turn this U into a W, it'll still cut through it all. One more thing we've got. Going to go back in and edit this. So from the start, typically we do the profile plane. That's where we sketched it. So in this case, let's change this over to new body. We're going to pop it out the front. So now because it starts there, it's always right there. It's coming out as a peg. If I change this to offset and then put a distance in here, I can actually make it a floating part. So now it's offset from this face, giving me a little bit of a distance. You can also do object. So in case I don't want it actually sketched on this plane, but I want it to be extruded over here, I can click on this object, and even though my sketch is here, it extrudes it from here. So great way to go in and say I want 2 pegs. I can also do a second extrude on that same sketch. And that's kind of why you would want to use extruding from a different object. Next up, we've got Revolve. So this takes any sort of 2D profile and spins it around an axis. So in our pop-up profile axis, it is great for making any sort of cylinder, round part, cones, etc. So key idea, extrude is a straight line, revolve is around an axis. And again, it doesn't have to be a full circle. I can make it a half circle, I can make it a portion of a circle, I can make it any sort of angle that I want. You can also, just like with extrude, make it a join, a cut, an intersect, or a new body. So if you've got a solid object and you want to make this weird funky shape go through it in a circular motion, you can do a cut this way. All right, next up we've got two that get mixed up a lot. So we've got sweep and we've got loft. So here under the create, we've got sweep first. Sweep takes a profile and sweeps it along a path. So profile, again, a closed shape. Path, doesn't have to be a line, but basically some sort of path. So here we've got this curved object that we revolved in the last little bit, and we're going to make it go around that spline. And of course I picked a spline that's not a good one. All right, let's try sweeping that one more time. Profile along a path. There we go. Now we've got this kind of weird shape going around. So great for making interesting looking objects along a path. Loft, on the other hand, allows you to take multiple profiles. So in this case, we got a couple of circles and a square and connecting them. So you can go from two similar circles, kind of making a cone here. You can go between the circle and the square, making it more of a kind of a pyramid. You can also change these where these connection points are, giving it kind of a twisted look. So loft, multiple profiles, they're all on different planes. So quick rule, sweep equals along a path, loft equals between different shapes or just shapes in general. All right, next up, we've got a multi-purpose tool. It's kind of a shortcut. So we've got what's called press pull here. We don't use this frequently. Depending upon what you click on, it can do some different things. So if I click on one of these sketches, so say this circle here, I can then extrude that shape. So in this case, since I'm extruding this way, it turns into a cut. I can do a new body. I can do a join. I can do an intersect, etc. So works just like a regular extrude when you click on a sketch. If I click press pull and I click on this face here, I can now make an offset face. And of course I picked one that curves, so it doesn't really work too well. So let's do press pull on this back face. See, now it's making it go bigger and bigger and bigger. So very quick way to make that larger. And then if I go press pull and I click on one of these edges, it's how I get to easily make a fillet on there. So fillet, nice round edge. You can actually, if I go into the fillet tool itself, which is right next to press pull here in the menu, again, fillet's round. I can fillet multiple edges at the same time. So you notice I've got 2 clicked. It's now telling me 6 edges here. I can curve both those edges. So if I go too far, it turns red. That means my fillet is too big and it's now carrying over or cutting itself off somewhere. So just something to watch out for. On the other hand, under modify, right underneath fillet, you've got chamfer. So chamfer works very similar. You can chamfer multiple edges at the same time. So if I do those two, both being chamfered, which is more of a flat break on the edge versus the rounded of the fillet. Let's make this smaller so it doesn't break my fusion. There we go. If we wanted to, we can also cancel some of these and we can do different size fillets. So we can make this a 0.1. We can make this a 0.25. So since we've got this pop-up, we can do multiple things at the same time. You just got to be careful that you're not just like with the fillet tool, chamfers can't cut over each other if you make them too big. All right, so how to quickly delete some things. So say we wanted to delete this fillet edge here. I can right click on it, hit delete. Now it has disappeared. I can go into the bottom here in my timeline and I can delete a part. And I can also just go right into the sketch and delete the sketch as well. You might get a warning if it's tied to another part model, but all three ways work. Right click, timeline, browser, right click those, edit sketch, delete sketch, all work the same. All right, a couple more tools and we're done. So one we don't talk about enough, in the sketch portion we do dimensions. So if you're doing with solid parts, we have this measure tool and inspect. It works almost the exact same. So if I want to measure how far this edge is to that part, I can do that. I can also do the top of something. From one edge to another. There you go. So works just like dimensions to some extent, gives you the distance between two parts. Last two, and these two often get confused with each other. Under modify, you've got physical material and appearance. Appearance is really just cosmetic. It's how you change the color, you change the appearance, make it look like plastic. But at the end of the day, physical material is where all the properties, the build characteristics of the part come from. So you can change it from plastic to steel to any of the other materials in the Fusion library. You can do it by left clicking and dragging this ring, or what I always call the donut, up to what's in this design. That copies it over. You can also go through, undo that, physical material. You can also just drag it in if you got multiple bodies. You can just change it for one. So we've got steel still here, but plastic over there. Notice when you double click on the ring, it talks about density and advanced features, not the appearance or color, because we are in material and not color, or not appearance. And that's it for our review. Hopefully this helped, and good luck on your quiz tomorrow.